Hey everybody, it's Triple Diamond Lisa Fuller, and I am here today to tell you a little bit about how to get out there and promote your business. And one of those ways is through expos. And a lot of people want to know, well, what exactly do I do at an expo? How can I make an expo really good? Well, actually, with our product, most of the expos I have done, we have been the life of the expo. And there's some certain things that you can do to make sure that you are the life of that expo, that you are the main attraction. So, first of all, one of the things I love about our company are the colors, the black. You could use some silver in there, the white, and the green. It really pops. So get really pretty things, display your products, get a nice tablecloth, get a lot of our colors out there, products. You can do anything with it. There's a lot of things you can find online, booths that we have done, booths that other people on our team have done that are just phenomenal. And you do not need a lot of money. I remember my first booth, I made it awesome for $20 from the dollar store. So you can definitely make a kick butt booth just from getting stuff from the dollar store. Now the other thing you want to do, and you can get the instructions to make a wrap booth with the PVC pipe and just use some shower curtains. There's a lot of different things you can do. In fact, in the beginning I used one of those screens. You can get screens at Hobby Lobby, you can get screens at Target, pretty much anywhere. And I took a couple screens and that was my wrap room. The one thing I did do that I think is super clever to do at expos is to get a big poster board, put glitter on it, whatever you can do, and put Magic Skinny Booth on there. And when you put that on there, people are walking by and they're all like, "What's a Magic Skinny Booth?" Or they joke around, "If I step behind there, do I get skinny?" And then we're all like, "Yeah." So it's pretty cool, and it really draws attention to the booth. The other thing, if you're going to do a booth, is I suggest that you have at least 3 to 5 people with you, 3 to 5 of your distributors. You want to have interaction, you want to make your booth fun, and it makes it a lot more fun if you have more people there having fun. Also, make sure you have all your It Works gear on. Everybody's wearing their It Works clothes. Make sure that do funky things. We have a girl in a green wig or somebody with green eyelashes or something to really make your booth stand out. Also, don't sit behind the booth in a chair waiting for people to come up to you. Everybody except for maybe one person that's in the background, everybody should be in front of that booth. I always have one person standing out there with a bottle of defining gel in their hand, and as people are walking by, trying to put the defining gel in one hand and rubbing it in so they can see the difference in both hands. Then another person might be standing there with a tray with samples of the greens and the Pro-Fit and essential bars cut up into little pieces so that when people are walking by, everyone loves to try free samples of things. And then another person standing there with a dry wrap so people can see what it looks like, and Blitz cards, or coupons, whatever you want to use for that expo to hand out. And I always stop people as they're walking by. Have you heard of the Ultimate Body Applicator? And most of the time, because our product is just so new and so unusual, most of the people are like, "No, we have not heard of this." So we stop them, we try to get some interacting going on. You can even put a TV on your table with one of the videos running and playing of, basically, we've got a video on just about everything you can think of. You could do one on the products, one on being a loyal customer, one on the opportunity, whatever you're gearing it towards. Then I like to, if I can, have one of your guys there from the team filming it. I love just filming your booth, getting people's reactions when they're coming out of the booth. So what did you think? How did it feel? How's it feeling now? The other thing you can do to make your expos a lot of fun is get some stickers. Get some, you know how you can go and put "my name is"? Well, get just blank ones and put "I side effect losing inches" from the It Works booth, or something that they can stick on them while they're walking around wrapping. Also, another one of you might want to actually wrap so they can see what it is. I always keep a dry wrap, and because I don't want to waste money, and I want people to see what the wrap looks like. So I'll actually take a dry wrap and maybe put it on my chin and wrap it up. Or we'll have somebody with a green facial on. That's a lot of fun because people are walking around with green faces, and people are curious. They'll ask, "What is that? How do I, do that?" And offer all those things at your booth. You may want to do if you wrap here today with us, you'll get the wrap for 20 or 25 bucks, and normally it would be 35. I don't ever recommend selling wraps and having people take them home unless they try them. Ultimately, our goal is to try to get each person that we approach with this product or the business into the business, or as a customer. We want to do one of those two things. So I always try to book parties. Um, have your Make sure you've got a calendar there so you know when you're open. And when people are asking questions, say, do you want to book a wrap appointment? They can either book an individual wrap appointment, or they can either book a party with the 5 or more people, a wrap appointment with 5 or more people to get their wrap for free. Um, that's one of the things I try to definitely do. Make sure you have customer order forms and distributor forms there. Don't ever forget to tell people about the business opportunity too. Have a little portion on that. Really interact with people. And the other thing that I think is key for expos that's a lot of fun is make sure you've got a bell or one of those honking horns, something that's going to draw attention. And when people come out of the wrap booth, say, may I have your attention please? So and so has just lost 6 inches or 3 inches in 45 minutes. Give her a round of applause and ring your bell. And all the other booths, the people at the booths there, will just start clapping, and people walking around will wonder what's going on. And I mean, I've had it before at booths where they were getting in line and didn't even know what they were getting in line for. They just knew everybody else was in line for our booth. So the other thing you can do too is I've gotten a lot of distributors from the other vendors that are at these expos. So the one thing I would definitely recommend you do is I make up coupons before I go to the vendor show, and it says vendor special on the coupon. I just make a flyer, and it'll say vendor special. Get wrapped today while you work at my cost. Tighten, tone, and firm while you work, or whatever you want to say on your form. And when we get there, I have a couple of our distributors walk up to each vendor there, each booth, and I'll say, hi, I'm from the It Works booth. Have you ever heard of us? I wanted to give you a coupon for today only. Any of the people that are working here today or have a booth here today can have a chance to get wrapped. And you wouldn't believe how many people. You have to realize that a lot of the people there are in home-based businesses just like us. And who knows how well they're doing, if they're looking for another opportunity. So just putting it out there. And you wouldn't believe how many of them come over when they see how busy your booth is the whole day, that want to know more about the opportunity. So I also recommend having your business packets there. And a business packet is simply a folder of information that I make up, and I'll make up 10. My goal is to always get rid of 10 a week, but I always have them ready at my expo. That way, in case somebody wants information on the business, I give them a folder. And I'll simply say, I'll give you this folder on the business. My only stipulation to this is that we set up an appointment and I pull out my calendar to either have a phone little conversation or meet for coffee to go over this further, so we can at least go over what's in the packet after you've had a chance to look at it. And that's kind of like my little stipulation as to who I give it to. And you'll notice too, just on a regular everyday basis, that if you have those folders with you, you'll start looking for people to give those to. If you make it a goal that I want to get rid of 10 a week, you'll start keeping your eyes open for people that look like they're working too hard or look like they need this opportunity. So definitely recommend having those at expos. Also, you'll want to have definitely the product set up. I always do like a little facial section. I'll do one with the supplements. And then, your goal is to get the wrap on as many people as you can, is to get loyal customers, is to get parties booked. Parties, 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 and distributors. And then split it up with the people that did the booth with you. Before you go do the booth, I would recommend that you guys decide before you go how you're going to divvy everything up. Don't just get there and then decide. I would basically say flip a coin, draw straws, whatever you got to do. This person gets the first customer, this person would get the first distributor, however you want to decide that. But make sure you decide those things before you actually go to the expo, so there's no mixing up or miscommunication where it may start some sort of little argument. You don't want to do that. You want to make sure you have it all planned out before you go. And, most of the time we'll do it where we have the person that work with the person. Let's say somebody signed up as a loyal customer. We'll have whoever worked with that person write their name at the top of the application. And 90% of the time, it's going to go to that person. We can work it out to where if they were the one talking to them, introducing the business, stopped them and got their attention, that it can go to them. So just keep those things in mind. And really, there's no right or wrong way to do an expo. Just make them fun. make people want to get wrapped. And the biggest advice that I can give you is do not sit behind that booth and wait for people to approach you. You approach them. Have somebody walk around the expo handing out coupons saying, come to this booth. Right now we're going to do something. You could even have a live presentation where people can, at 3 o'clock, live presentation of how we wrap somebody, and you could wrap somebody right out in public. So there's lots of different fun things you can do to really draw attention to your booth and make it just as fun as you possibly can. With that being said, I think that's about all of my great tips for a booth, and now it's just up to you to get out there and make sure you get those expos booked. And don't forget, you can do the business expos, you can do business opportunity expos, you can do craft shows, anything you can get into, whether it's something little and local or the big wedding expos that you can split with your team. Anything that you can get into this business and get it out there and show other people what we have is just the way to do it. And I always tell people, get into 50 the $75 booths. Those ones are the best because you only need to get a couple things to get your money back, and you can really be the life of the expo. So definitely with the product that we have and the amazing opportunity, there's nothing that can stop you from being the hit of that expo. Nothing. We have something that no one else has. You cannot get it anywhere else. There's no competition. So get out there, show people what a unique product we have, and make it fun. Thanks, guys.